Good morning. Am I audible? Am I audible, Aditi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just wait few minutes for rest of the students, then we will start the session.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so almost 3 to 4 minutes is over. I don't know that no one is joined or not. Okay, so now we'll start the session. So I'm audible for all of you. Am I audible or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I think the screen is visible also.
Yes, sir.
And Swati Kumari, don't write anything on the PPT.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, so in the last class, actually we have discussed the graded index fiber, and in the earlier part we also discussed the step index fiber. Okay, so before start the session, first of all, can you tell me what is based on the mode? What are the categories of optical fiber channel? Based on the modes, how many categories are there for optical fiber? I already took for this topic 2 to 3 classes.
So two categories of optical fiber.
What is
First one is single mode and second one is multi-mode.
Yeah, first one is single mode and second one is multi-mode. And based on the reflective index, what are the categories for optical fiber? So based on the reflective index, there are two categories. First one is step index fiber and second one is gradient index fiber. Okay. So today we will discuss that is the single degradation in optical signal degradation in optical fiber. After that, the signal attenuation and distortion in optical fiber channel, then the attenuation and what is fiber loss. And after that, this is the fiber loss concept, and this is the optical fiber attenuation versus wavelength curve, and the absorption part and the scattering loss. Okay, so these topics mainly we will discuss in today's class. So first of all, yeah, so first of all here I'm writing that is just 1 minute. Based on mode, that is single mode and this is multi-mode fiber, and another category, this is refractive index. So there is two category. One is shape index, another is graded index. So first of all, you just tell me in single mode optical fiber. Can you tell me what are the properties or what are the characteristics of single mode optical fiber? In single mode optical fiber, only one mode of light is propagated through the optical channel. But in the case of multi-mode optical fiber, it is in the optical fiber, the more than one number modes of light is propagated. This is the main concept of single mode and the multi-mode. Okay, and one thing you can see in a single mode optical fiber, the core diameter is very less, or you can say small. But in the case of multi-mode optical fiber, the core diameter is comparatively large. Okay, and one thing, there is a concept of V number. So in a single mode optical fiber, the V number value is V less than equals to 2.405, but for the case of multimode optical fiber, it is V greater than 2.405. Okay, so one thing, if I draw here optical fiber, so this is the core part and this is the cladding part. Okay, so this part is core and this part actually cladding part, and this core is guided by the cladding. Now in single mode, you can see the light is started traveling from the core and uh, like this way. This is a zigzag manner. So here you can see only one signal it propagates through this optical fiber. But in the case of multimode fiber, here you can see, suppose here now it is we are considering the multimode fiber. So in that case, here you can see so here you can see the more than one signal it propagates through the core for the case of multimode fiber. And refractive index, based on the refractive index, step index and gradient index. For the case of step index, you can see the step index thing. Yeah, for the case of step index, the refractive index is changing from core to cladding. But for the case of sorry, this is for the gradient index fiber, and for the case of step index fiber, the refractive index is almost uniform. There is no change. Okay, so till now up to this, it is clear for all of you. It is clear or not? The basic differences of step index, gradient index, and single mode, multimode.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next is that we will first discuss, that is the signal degradation in optical fiber. Okay. So when the signal transmitted from transmitting end to receiving end, there is some parameter, and for this parameter the signal may be distorted. Okay, so first of all, this is called here the attenuation. Okay, so when the signal is distorted by the parameter, so you can say this is parameter is called the attenuation, and this attenuation is effect uh, uh, for this parameter, mainly the absorption losses, scattering losses, bending losses, core and cladding losses. So these losses actually create the attenuation when the signal is transmitting from transmitting end to receiving end. So that's why when we are giving a signal from transmitting into receiving end, so at the output, sometimes we are not getting the actual desired output. There may be some attenuation and there may be some signal loss, and this signal loss is mainly occur due to these parameters, that is the absorption loss, scattering loss, bending loss, and core and cladding loss. Now the second point, that is the signal distortion in optical waveguides. Okay, so when we are transmitting any signal from transmitting end to receiving end, so we are watching here that there may be some losses, and due to some losses the attenuation occurred. So to calculate or to measure this figure of attenuation, we need the information capacity determination and group delay. So these two parameter will give us or will tell us how the signal is attenuated here. Okay, so to know the signal distortion in any optical waveguides, we have to calculate the information capacity determination and the group delay of that signal. Okay, now one thing here, the third one, that is the material dispersion and waveguide dispersion. Dispersion also a parameter. This This dispersion also affect the losses for the signal when the signal is passes through the fiber. Now the fourth is the signal distortion in single mode fiber. So there is a polarization mode dispersion and intermodal dispersion. So in the later part I will discuss what is the polarization mode dispersion and what is the intermodal dispersion. And one thing that is the mode coupling. So what is mode coupling? And that design optimization of single modes and RI profile and cutoff wavelength. So this topic mainly we will discuss in the later part. So first of all, here we just saw the when the signal passes through any channel, so there is a loss, and what are the reasons for these losses. Okay, now the next slide. Okay, now the signal attenuation and distortion in optical fiber. So first of all, what are the laws of signal attenuation mechanism in a fiber? And one thing, why to what degree of optical signal gets distorted as they propagated down a fiber. Suppose here you can see when the signal is propagated, when the signal, yeah, when the signal is propagated, so this is the transmitting end and this is the receiving end. Okay, so here when the signal is propagated from the transmitting end to receiving end, there is some losses, and this loss is called the attenuation loss. And you already know that what are the parameters actually create these losses. Now the signal attenuation largely determines the maximum repeaterless separation between the optical transmitter and receiver. Okay, now one thing, in the first class I actually discussed the generation of optical fiber. So in that case, I told you that there is a concept of repeater. Okay, whenever the optical fiber generation is upgraded, in that time we saw that with the upgrade version, we are using less repeater, and this repeater actually one repeater working for a large distance. Sometimes the first generation we saw it is almost 10 to 15 kilometer for one repeater, but in the fifth generation we saw we are using one repeater for 150 kilometer apart. Okay, so here to minimize or to remove the attenuation losses, actually we are using the repeater. So this repeater will help us to get the distortion less uh, distortion less or attenuation less signal at the output. Okay, so maybe this is a repeater, again this is a repeater, like that. Okay, and one thing here, the signal distortion cause that the optical pulses to broaden and they travel along a fiber, the overlap between the neighboring pulses and creating error in the receiving output and resulting in the limitation of information carrying capacity of the fiber. So when the signal is passes through the optical fiber, sometimes there may be the signal may be overlapped, because in a signal, suppose if multimode, so multimode means there are n number modes of waves is propagated at the same time. Okay, so there may be a chance of overlap with each other, and if they are overlapping each other, so there may be a error. Okay, and at the output we are getting this error. So this is a you can say this is not our desired output. Okay, so each and every optical fiber is a limitation to carrying out the signal. So if we trying to pass the maximum capacity or more than maximum capacity of limitation of passing the information, so there may be a chance of overlap each other, and as a result we will get the error with error output. Okay, so till now it is clear whatever I have said for this slide. It is clear or not?
Sir, can you please explain point number 3?
Point number 3, signal attenuation. Yeah, signal attenuation fiber loss largely determines the maximum repeater less separation between optical transmitter and the receiver. Okay, so when the signal is transmitted from transmitting end to receiving end, so there may be some attenuation, or you can say there may be some fiber loss. Okay, now to minimize this fiber loss we need repeater. So what the repeater does here, actually suppose repeater means, suppose I am staying here at Dumka. Now I want to give a signal up to suppose Delhi, okay, or Kolkata. So when the signal is passes, so Dumka is now our transmitting end, and Kolkata is now our receiving end. Now when the signal is passes through from Dumka to Kolkata, so is there a chance for attenuation loss or fiber loss? And if we are not applying the repeater, so at the output, at the Kolkata output, actually Kolkata station, we maybe get some distorted signal, there may be some error. Okay, so to minimize the error we need repeater. So repeater mainly here in 5th generation, repeater mainly used 150 kilometer apart. Okay, so 150 kilometer apart. So first generation we can see this repeater actually the suppose this is 0, so after 150 kilometer we use one repeater. Okay, so next after 150 kilometer again we are using one repeater. Okay, so what are the effect of repeater? Mainly if there is a distortion within 150 kilometers, so this repeater again regenerate the signal from the transmitting end and process through from this repeater. So there may be a chance to minimize the error, there may be a chance to minimize the error, and this actually gives us, or this actually minimizes the error, and we are getting the errorless or very less error signal at the output. Now it is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the next is, just 1 minute. Give me just a few seconds to erase this thing. Now the attenuation or fiber loss. Okay, and before going to start the fiber loss, I am requesting you all the participants to write your name in the chat box for the attendance. Write your name in the chat box. Be fast. Only 5 members have written their name. Aditi, just take a screenshot, and after the class you just send me.
Okay, sir.
So now we will calculate the fiber loss or attenuation loss. Okay, so you see that here okay, so this is the transmitting end and this is the receiving end. Okay, and here in transmitting end the power is P0 MW, and in receiving end this is PL P0 e to the power alpha P L MW. Now one thing here, in transmitting end power is P0, there is no power, and the receiving end it is actually PL. Okay, and here Z is the here actually Z is the length. So in transmitting end actually Z equals to 0 and receiving end Z equals to L. So here one thing, to calculate the attenuation loss, there is a formula that is I have written here, PL equals to P0 e to the power minus alpha PL M omega. Okay, now this is the formula, that is Pz equals to P naught e to the power minus alpha Pz. Now one thing, that is here the alpha P is called the fiber attenuation coefficient. So first our aim is to calculate the value of alpha P. Okay, so first equation that is here PL equals to P0 e to the power minus alpha PL. This is the equation number 1. And if we consider that Z equals to L, in that case, so Pz equals to P0 e to the power minus alpha P minus alpha P Z. So this is the equation number 2. So from this equation 1 and 2, our aim is that to get the fiber attenuation coefficient. So from this equation, we can write, that is, here I am writing e to the power minus alpha p z equals to p naught by pl. Suppose here I am considering that z equals to l. So here this is e to the power minus alpha p l equals to p naught by pl. Now if we change this e to the power to the right hand side, so in that case alpha p l equals to 10 log p naught by pl. Okay, now our aim is to get the alpha p, and here I am writing her alpha p into l equals to 10 log p naught by pl. So from this alpha p, this is the fiber attenuation. So alpha p equals to 10 by l log p naught by pl. Okay, so here the unit of fiber attenuation coefficient, that is yeah, yeah, is equals to dB per you can say kilometer or meter, whatever your length. Okay, so you can say here I am considering the kilometer, so it is the unit of this. Okay, and if we calculate actually this, so there is a the simplified form, that is alpha equals to 10 by l log p naught by pl equals to 4.343 alpha p 1 by km. So it is written in the slide. Okay, so this is the concept of the calculation of power loss along in any fiber. So there is a formula, and based on the formula actually we have calculated this here. Now the next slide, that is Pooja Kumari, mute yourself. Now, so here you can see here, so whenever we are getting pl means at the output, when we in the receiving end we are getting, so we are receiving the p naught minus alpha. P naught alpha means the here actually whatever we are getting the actual data minus the attenuation coefficient. Okay, so this is our actual fiber loss in the form of dB by km. We are getting this from the last slide. Now this is the optical fiber attenuation versus wavelength. So here you can see the x-axis is wavelength and the y-axis is attenuation. The x-axis is in wavelength, it is nm, and y-axis attenuation is dB per kilometer. Okay, so now from this, if you observe this plot, so here you can see, just 1 minute. Here you can see that in 800 to you can say the 900 wavelength, the attenuation is very high, and this is here called the first window. Here the attenuation is very high, and after that almost 1200 to 1400 the attenuation is decreasing, and after the 1400 again it is increasing. So attenuation again increasing after the 1400, and after that it is gradually decreasing. It is almost in 1600 nm wavelength. The attenuation is very low compared to the previous two cases. So, and the third one is called the third window. Okay, so whenever the signal is passing, in that case we are watching that there is a attenuation and the fiber loss, and but whenever we are passing through the signal, the third window is very important. And here here you can see that the attenuation comparatively very loss in the case of third window, and we are taking the third window to transmit from the transmitting end to receiving end. Okay, so next one, next point, that is the absorption. So can you tell me what is absorption? Absorptions mainly when the signal is passing through from transmitting end to receiving end, it may be absorb some parameter. Okay, and due to this parameter, actually the absorptions occurs here. And here the absorption is caused by three different mechanisms. First one is the impurities in fiber material, second one is intrinsic absorption, and third one is the radiation defect. Okay, the first one, that is the impurities in fiber material. So whenever from the transition metal must be in order of PBB, and particularly from the wedge oxidized ion with absorption peaks at wavelength 2700 nm, 400 nm, 950 nm, and 725 nm. So normally in this wavelength, when the signal is passing, so in that case the impurities in fiber material is occurs. The next point, that is the intrinsic absorption. So mainly it is for the lower frequency, and the electronic absorption band, it is in UV region, and the atomic band vibration band, it is the IR region in basic of SiO2. And the third point, that is the radiation defect, and with the radiation defect there is a absorption in optical fiber. So these are the main 3 points or cost for the absorption in optical fiber communication channel. Okay, so next one is, that is the scattering loss. Okay, so what is